Hi, I'm Rick Schultz from Luminance Audio. This is the KST-150. The KST-150 is a brand new amplifier that's been brought to market. It's the first amplifier from the company called Luminance Audio. The circuit was designed by Steve Kaiser. He was the original K from B&K. I'm Rick Schultz from Virtual Dynamics, and we have another partner. His name is Mike Singh, and he's from California. Now, the three of us got together and wanted to bring an amplifier to market that was incredibly good at a really realistic price. So the KST-150 is a $3,000 amplifier. Now I want to just share with you a review from May 2007 in Stereophile done by Sam Telling. Sam Telling, of course, finishes up this whole review with a really amazing statement. And the statement is this: it deserves to be listed in Class A of recommended components. If the KST-150 sold for 18K instead of 3K, hosannas of praise would be raining down from all sides. Now, in hindsight, maybe it should have been 18K because we ended up in Class B of recommended components. However, the point still remains the same. If it was an $18,000 amplifier, I think people would relate to it a little bit more because it's designed to be a true reference product. And the difference between this and most amplifiers in its price category is that it has the ability to be able to process much more information much faster. It's very unique in the fact that the specs of the amplifier relate it most closely with like digital amplifiers and newer technology, but yet the amplifier technology in this particular amplifier, it's a Class AB design. So the Luminance KST-150 does a few things that are really exceptional, and one of the things that it has about it that's really exceptional is its ability to be able to amplify a lot of different frequencies. It's got a very wide bandwidth, and when we talk about bandwidth, we're talking about frequency response. The KST-150 will amplify anything from 5 hertz to 630 kilohertz. 630 kilohertz is 630,000 driver modulations per second. So one of the really important parts behind a spec like that is to understand what exactly that will do. How does it benefit you? Now, in the recreation of music, when an artist, like a guitarist, is about to pluck the string of a guitar, when that guitar string starts to resonate, a good microphone will not only pick up that guitar string, but every other sound that's around it, including the sound of the wood of the guitar itself, even the way that the musician is holding it, which will change the structure of the sound of the wood. All of the supporting information that comes off from room reflection and that sort of stuff, and the sound of chairs creaking and this sort of stuff. All of those frequencies that we hear are known and understood to be within 20 hertz to 20,000 kilohertz. But the problem is that they're supported by frequencies far outside of that range. So if you take some of these frequencies and you eliminate the back frequencies that might be out of audible range, you're going to change the harmonic structure or the tone of the sound that we do hear. And that's why it's important to have a really wide frequency response in an amplifier. And so the KST-150 does an amazing job on that. The other thing that the KST-150 does is it runs very cool to the touch. So if you like to listen to music during the summertime and heat's an issue, then of course the KST-150 running at about 90% efficient hardly ever gets the heat sinks even slightly warm. That also means that you're using a more energy efficient product. About 90% of the total energy that comes into the amplifier goes out in the binding post, which is extremely efficient and great for the environment. The other thing about the amplifier is its ability to be able to take information and process it very fast. So probably the closest relative to a computer is the amplifier, or the amplifier to a computer. And one of the things that we're looking at in an amplifier is what is the slew rate. The slew rate of this particular amplifier, the slew rate means how much energy can be processed within a certain period of time. In this particular measurement, we use volts per microsecond. So the energy representation is the volts and the time is a microsecond. So how many volts can be processed in a microsecond? A typical Class AB design will probably process about 40 volts per microsecond. Really cool digital designs, as Sam points out in his review, can go about 220 volts in digital designs. This particular amplifier is 250 volts per microsecond, which simply means, again, as we we're starting to look at those harmonic structures, this amplifier can have the ability to be able to bring so much more of that out. Now imagine not just one guitar string resonating and the sound of the effects of it in the entire room and the reflections coming back and the sound of the wood, but imagine an entire band going all at once. How many driver modulations are actually trying to happen during a particular given segment or of time, and what this amplifier actually has to do in order to process the vast amounts of information that's actually coming through that we end up hearing as an audio file. So the KST-150 at 250 volts per microsecond has an incredible ability to be able to bring all of that out there. So as Sam was saying in his review, that he finds this amplifier, I confirm the KST-150's character, open, airy, transparent, harmonically right, and fast. One of the things about harmonically right that I look for as an audiophile is I don't like boomy bass. I want to be able to hear all of the instruments that are coming through, and I want to hear them as instruments. So when I listen to a cello or an upright bass in a live environment, they never sound boom, boom, boom. They always sound like the sound of a resonating string. And there's a very definite point source of where those strings are plucked from or where that energy resonates from out of the soundstage, and it continues to resonate out in the sound of the resonating string, much like a guitar, just at a much deeper tone. So with the KST-150, you have the ability to be able to process that information, and another factor called the dampening factor, which allows the amplifier to be able to expel its information or its energy, and as it expels its energy, it is able to recoup all of its energy very, very fast. So the dampening factor on this amplifier is 100. The KST-150 has probably more about it than I can say in a short video like this. It's something that's well worth researching. From the KST-150, we have been, I guess, encouraged to be able to bring out an amplifier in a reference level. Now, of course, this is a reference amplifier, although it's inexpensive, and that's what people were saying. You know, you have an opportunity in the $3,000 price range to make some certain compromises. And some of the compromises is it's not the heaviest chassis out there, and you know the binding posts themselves are a little more economical than some of the ones you can get. Of course, a lot of compromises were made because we wanted to bring this amplifier to you at a very realistic price point. And again, even if you're looking for a $20,000 amplifier, the KST-150 should be something that you consider, even though it's only $3,000 because it sounds like that. However, the new Inspiration amplifier from Luminance Audio is now available. And the Luminance Inspiration amplifier is an amplifier built without compromise. We've joined together with Steve Kaiser, who designed the circuit, and with my understanding of vibration control and our speed of light technology here at Virtual Dynamics, we've coupled together to build a new chassis that will incorporate both the speed of light technology and a form of dynamic filtering technology built specifically for amplifiers. This particular amplifier will be about $25,000. We're hoping to keep it down into that sort of price point. Of course, when you really start spending a lot on building a beautiful chassis like the Inspiration has, and you do that all in the United States so you can have the most perfect build, costs start going up a little bit. So of course, you're only going to want to look at that amplifier if the money is not a real issue for you. Otherwise, the KST-150 is the one that we encourage. Now, the Inspiration amplifier is available for order now, and so is the KST-150. If you're interested in the KST-150, call us at Virtual Dynamics at 1-877-347-4489, and we'll be happy to send you one of these amplifiers. You'll absolutely love it. We guarantee that. The other thing is the Inspiration amplifier. If you'd like to look at placing a pre-order now, they'll be built for customers as they order them. So give me a call at Virtual Dynamics, and we'll be happy to help you with that. Our website for Luminance Audio is www.luminanceaudio.com. And if you go there, there's contact information and all the information you need on the rest of our products. Thank you very much. I'm Rick Schultz.